there's this incident that happened. So let's watch this, guys.
SB19 booed by these people at the Filipino Music Awards. These happened at the Filipino Music Awards, where this man, wearing a blue and white cap with a logo allegedly similar to a BINE member apparel and clothing brand, together with his companion, booed and made a thumbs down gesture when SB19 was mentioned on stage.
So that was like an official merch from a BINE member. So obviously, it's giveaway that this person is a Bloom, right, or a supporter, or I don't know, maybe I'll give him a benefit of the doubt that maybe his sister gifted it to him or something like that. But okay.
At eto pa.
So that was it, guys. So obviously, this was... nanginginig na naman ako. For some reason, now that I know that you can hear me and that you're there, because I totally forgot you're there, guys. This is sad, guys. I know that spies lurk here all the time. Hello to you if you're watching. Shout out to you all spies out there. I love BINE, man. I love their music. I love them. They're all pretty as hell and they're talented, you know. I was so tempted to talk about this in my Filipino Music Awards video, guys, but I did what SB19 would do. I chose to be kind. But since it's all out in the open now, well, then here's what I have to say, okay? Here's what I have in mind. I heard some of you that night, when their name was called and they walked up to the podium, you know, SB, I heard the disappointment mixed in with the applause. I know the applause was loud, but I definitely heard. I wasn't wrong. I thought I was just hearing things that, you know, I didn't share it to my friends that I was with, but here we are. I heard it. This video confirms it, you know? You don't have to agree with the awarding, you know, whoever this person is, you don't have to agree with the awarding. And you don't have to be a fan of their work. But I think we need to talk about what the moment was, because that was really something. This is something, man. You know, this wasn't even a performance, right, guys? This was SB19 being called for an award. You know, it wasn't an open stage for critique. It was a moment of recognition, guys. A quiet nod. Well, actually, scratch that. It's a loud nod for the long years of effort, the writing, the touring, the music that millions of people did connect with. Regardless of whether you think they deserve that specific trophy or not, they were simply standing there to accept a professional honor. This brings me back to something simple, you know, something we all learned as kids, something that Pablo always says, the golden rule: choose to be kind. Treat others the way you want to be treated. It's simple. You know, if your idols were up there, you know, I'm talking to the spies right now, after putting their whole heart and soul into a career, finally getting a moment of success and public acknowledgement, how would they want the room to react, right, guys? Would they want to feel that to feel that sting, that public dismissal, right when they're supposed to be celebrating? I don't think so. It costs us absolutely nothing to offer a measure of grace and silence during someone's moment of pride, you know? Just like their music all you want, guys. But booing a person who is simply being honored for their work crosses a line from musical taste into personal unkindness, guys. And this isn't all about musical taste anymore. It's not like, yeah, I don't like SB, their music sucks. I mean, I would take that gladly because not all music is for everybody, right, guys? But this isn't it, man. This isn't musical taste anymore. This isn't critique. You know, it crosses the line between musical taste into personal unkindness. Yes, you are not kind. They are still, you know, despite everything, they're still human being with human feelings. Your idols too are. And they deserve to feel the weight of their achievement without the immediate public weight of hostility. You know, December na nga, you know, gift of giving, and then we're still having this. Nevertheless, you know, if you ask me, I will always be proud of them. And I'll continue to celebrate their art. All I ask is that we always remember that we're all just people here, you know. Let's just practice a little more kindness, maybe. Just a maybe, guys. Okay? Ayun. Actually, I just realized the video is not done yet.
At eto pa ang nakuha sa isang live stream on the said event.
This is not allowed, by the way. This is not allowed.
Grabe lang na yung ugaling kanal sa social media when people are using dummy accounts ay heto dinadala sa totoong buhay. Well, di na nakapagtataka since they even badmouth SB19 to these foreign reactors sa concert mismo ng kanilang mga idols.
Yeah, with someone we met at the BOOED concert. They were like, yeah,
We're
it's
like, oh my god,
so
it's
angry,
BOOED
always
too.
so angry.
And she was like, oh, those boys are always so angry. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like,
And this one na intentional na dumaan sa fan event ng SB19 and even gloated it on social media. Now, I posted this video para malaman natin ang mga ugali at bagay na hindi dapat pamarisan. We don't need to get even or take revenge. What we should do is to never be like them. Tandaan, success and happiness are the best revenge.
Facts. Bro. Yo, these are girls even. Right, guys? What can I say about these girls, man, in the second video? I mean, their message was pretty clear. You know, as the lights came up, you know, SB19 logo was there. I understand right away. You know? I understand, guys. You are consumers, you know. You paid, you know. You bought a ticket. You went there with expectations. And maybe, just maybe, it wasn't the performance you wanted to see, you know? You wanted to see your idols instead, or I guess, I don't know. You don't want SB19 at all. And it's okay. You have the right to that feeling, you know? But when you look at that stage, man, for me, you know, as passionate as I can be for P-pop and music, you know, I don't see a spectacle, guys. I see people, you know, people who wrote those lyrics in a moment of genuine feeling, you know, people who spent countless hours rehearsing and who stood up there tonight under a spotlight. Yeah, those are those people. Probably shaking with nerves or exhaustion, you know? Trying to give you something real. And yet, you're up there saying all these bad things, you know? That is the beautiful but unfortunately dangerous thing about being an artist, you know? They will never be flawless, guys. They will always be under a subjective lens. Fans like you may not like them, You know, heck, some of you might even celebrate when their voice cracks from fatigue, you know? And that's just sad. Ano ba yan? You wouldn't want that for your idol, right? So I'm not asking you to suddenly change your mind, you know, or to pretend that they indeed deserve awards, you know, 6 of them or 7 of them. I'm just asking for a measure of grace, I guess. You know, when you boo a screen, you're booing a concept, and that's totally fine. I mean, I do that too, right? But when you boo a person standing on a stage, or, you know, heading to a stage, their logo and everything, you are booing a human being's sincere and vulnerable effort, and that's just, yun talaga yung nakatrigger sa akin, guys. Yeah, there's enough rudeness in this world, enough hardness, you know. Can we just let their efforts, you know, breathe? Can we acknowledge the sheer bravery it takes to put someone's soul on display for thousands of strangers to judge, you know? Pero despite sa lahat ng nangyari, despite everything, you know, I'll still be here, guys. You know, hayaan nyo sila, you know. I'll be here, still buying their next batch of merch and music, because for me, they deserve all the support. They have said many times that 18 is their lifeline, you know, SB19. And even if a few people didn't agree to the awards they received that night, I respect their courage for showing up and trying. I said this in my last documentary, guys, right? As artists, as co-artists, they're also competitors. And these types of environments can get hostile. You know, you've seen the Grammy Awards, man. When Taylor won, what did who was it? What did Kanye do? Right? You know, it can be like that. You know, I was so scared that would happen. I'm glad it didn't. You know, but I know that at the back of their head, you know, these artists, especially SB19, at the back of their head, they know for a fact that there's a target on their back. They know for a fact that, you know, these events can get hostile real quick. And for that, I'm proud of them that they still showed up and tried. So that's all I can say, guys. That's my 2 cents. Nalungkot lang ako. Last thing I want to say, don't be like them. Let's move on from this and stay happy, okay? I was wanting to react more, but I guess ubos yung energy ko dun, guys. Sorry. Kainis.